You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football and Turkish Super League podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Turgut. Welcome to a brand new edition of Turkish Football and Turkish Super League podcast. We have non-stop going on in the Turkish Super League, also European competitions, as we probably watched the game today in Sparta Prague, and Galatasaray said goodbye to Europa League after Champions League. So we'll talk about that. Busy 15 minutes in this podcast. We'll try to recap with you what happened in the week 26, and then we'll preview week 27. We'll also talk about the remaining the weekends that is coming up for the Turkish Cup quarterfinal matches, then semi-final matches. Also, the Super Cup that from last season has decided to play in Turkey this time, April 7th. Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe will play the Super Cup match in Urfa, Turkey. So stay tuned for those. I have a lot to talk about it, but let's start the busy podcast with Galatasaray because, as you know, the last time we talked about that Galatasaray had a busy schedule before the 26th weekend. They had to play on Thursday at home against Sparta Prague. Somehow they got lucky and they won that match 3-2. But today, on Thursday, yes, it was a disaster second half for Galatasaray. All that transfers that Galatasaray team did, it was for Champions League. It was not for Europa League. They did not survive in Champions League matches. They went down to a Europa League. Just today, after winning the first match in Istanbul, 3-2, today in Prague against Sparta Prague, 10-man Galatasaray lost to Sparta Prague 4-1. First half, it was mediocre. But I think the Galatasaray team, especially in the second half, did not play good at all. The passes were awful. And Muslera did not save Galatasaray this time like he saved Galatasaray in the first match, especially saving that last goal with his face. That did not happen. But I tell you, after Galatasaray went down with the 10 players, it was very hard to come back and tie the match. And overall, Galatasaray team did not look good. And Coach Okan Buruk on the sideline did not act well, if you ask me. I've been saying this all this season with Galatasaray playing in the Turkish Super League and Champions League matches, also in the Europa League. Here's the thing. I have not seen Galatasaray team with consistency with starting 11 until now. They played 26 matches in the Turkish Super League. They played probably more than 10 matches, close to 10 matches in the European competition. Every match and every weekend in the Turkish Super League, they did not have consistency with starting 11. They had very high tax price players like Zaha, Tete. The transfer that stands out on defense, Sanchez. That is the only player that stands out in Galatasaray transfer season that he did a lot of work, even in this match. In the last match, he played on defense and he scored a goal. In the first match in Istanbul, Icardi scored a winning goal, third goal for Galatasaray. Today, Icardi couldn't even touch the ball. There are some things going wrong with Galatasaray and players. We don't know why. But it is shameful to go and lose against Sparta Prague, even though that team, the highest player that gets money, salary, it's like $2.5 million. So the team was Sparta Prague was much better than Galatasaray. They played much better in the first match, and they played much better in the second half. So Galatasaray is out of the European competition. Galatasaray has two-way street right now in the Turkish Super League and Turkish Cup. And they have a very busy schedule coming up with the Cup games and Turkish Super League. Even though they are on top of the Turkish Super League with a gap 2 points, they have 69 points. It is going to be very crucial to have these back-to-back matches every 4 days. It is going to be tough, especially after losing in Sparta Prague, coming home to play in the Turkish Super League. Let's see what happens. I know that I wanted to talk about this in the week 26. As I said, all the big teams, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe, Beşiktaş, and Trabzonspor won their matches. And another busy scoring weekend was, and 32 goals scored in the week 26. And as we go into week 27, we have 12 weeks to go. So the other team that is making waves in the Turkish Super League, one time the team was in the bottom of the barrel, like 20th place, 19th place. Samsunspor are moving up the ladder. They are. Another good team that Kasımpaşa had a chance to capture the third place on a Friday, but they did not after tying at home with Fatih Karagümrük. So overall, we have, I'm going to give you the standings because I'm not going to go into all the matches. As I said, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe, and Beşiktaş, Trabzonspor won their matches. And the competition for the title, there's only two teams. Yes, Galatasaray on top with 69 points. Fenerbahçe second place with 67 points. The third place team is right now Trabzonspor along with Beşiktaş. So there's a race for the top, for the title. There's a race for third place. And there's a race for the relegation zone. And these teams, like I said last weekend in my podcast, there are about 8 teams. If they don't win matches, as you know, end of the season, 4 teams will drop down. And the last team of the Turkish Super League, 20th place, Istanbulspor, with only 12 points. They need miracles. They need to win, actually, all matches if they want to stay in the league. But it's going to be very hard. Let me tell you the bottom of the barrel, because that is what's important right now, other than the league title and the third place. And the teams in the middle, they don't even have, there's few teams that has more than 30 points. But the teams that has between a bracket from 30 to 20 points, they are in the danger zone. The 20th place team Istanbulspor with 12 points. 19th place team Konyaspor, 25 points. 18th place team Pundit, 26 points. And the 17th place team, those are the 4 teams, Gaziantep with 28. Fatih Karagümrük is in the same boat with 28. And Alanyaspor, 29. Hatayspor, 29. And Samsunspor, the team that was in the bottom of the barrel, the 19th place team, is in 12th place right now with 30 points. But they're not comfortable yet. They need to win. But they are the most improved team in the Turkish Super League, if you look at it, on the bottom of the barrel. So it is going to be very tough what's going on in the Turkish Super League next weekends, because back-to-back matches and all these teams playing each other and the Turkish Cup matches, it is going to be non-stop football. That is why I said every match is important for the top teams and also the teams in the middle and the bottom, because they play each other. So Turkish Cup matches will be happening after week 27. Week 27 will start tomorrow on Friday, And Friday, there's only one match. The team that I talked about, Samsunspor, will be at home against Rizespor. This will be a Black Sea region derby match. Samsunspor with 30 points. Rizespor has 36 points, who are into a fight for third place. Now, Saturday, very important match. Second place team Fenerbahçe will be at home against Kasımpaşa. There are three other matches coming up. Kayseri will be at home against Ankaragücü. Both of the teams need to Kayseri with 32 and Ankaragücü with 29 points. So it is very important for these teams to earn points at home. And Gaziantep will be at home against Başakşehir, and Başakşehir lost the match at home against Kayserispor last weekend in the week 26. Kayserispor had a very young goalkeeper. His name is Bilal Bayazit. He's from Germany. And I think the Turkish national team coach should look at this young keeper very closely. He saved the last minute penalty for Kayserispor. That is why Kayserispor won this match in Istanbul against Başakşehir. And also Konyaspor will be at home against Hatayspor. As I said, Konya with 25 points. They are 19th place team, and Hatayspor with 29 points. So a win for Konyaspor will give them hope to get out of the relegation zone. Sunday there are four matches. Sivasspor will be at home against Pendikspor. Sivas with 34 points, and Pendik has 26 points. Trabzonspor, the third place team, who has 43 points, will be hosting Adana Demirspor. The team that one time was in the third place has 32 points. It is the turning point for Trabzonspor, also Adana Demirspor, if they want to win this match. Fatih Karagümrük will be at home against Alanyaspor. Both teams with Fatih Karagümrük with 28 and Alanyaspor with 29. Istanbulspor will be at home against Beşiktaş on Sunday, and Beşiktaş with 43 points shares the third place with Trabzonspor. Istanbulspor has no hope, but it could be a surprise and get a draw against Beşiktaş. You never know, because we talked about how bad Beşiktaş was, even though they won their last match. So it's going to be very crucial match, Beşiktaş, because if they want to challenge that third place, they need to win this match against Istanbulspor. Last match of the week 27 will be happening between Galatasaray and Antalya. Galatasaray played in Prague today, lost 4-1. They're coming back tomorrow morning, and then they have a couple days to practice. And Antalyaspor is coached by former Beşiktaş, former Galatasaray, former Fenerbahçe player, also Beşiktaş coach, Sergen Yalçın. So Antalyaspor is not a very easy team to go down. So this should be the match of the weekend, especially on a Saturday when Fenerbahçe Kasımpaşa match goes with a victory for Fenerbahçe. Fenerbahçe will capture the first place on Saturday, but Galatasaray, after losing, getting out of the Europa Cup, and then they are into right now Champions League gone. They're going to be only in the Turkish Super League and aiming to a Turkish Cup final. So that is what's going to happen. The Turkish Cup matches after week 27 starts on Tuesday. And Tuesday, Ankaragücü will host Fenerbahçe on Tuesday. And also Wednesday, there are two matches. Trabzon will be at home against Başakşehir on Wednesday. Beşiktaş will be at home against Konyaspor. So there is going to be a lot of things going on right now. So stay tuned. We'll talk about more matches coming up. But listen to my podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast. My name is Ahmet Turgut. See you next time. Bye-bye.